1 Samuel chapter 30. And it came to pass, when David and his men were come to Ziklag on the third day, that the Amalekites had invaded the south, and Ziklag, and smitten Ziklag, and burned it with fire, and had taken the women captives that were therein. They slew not any either, great or small, but carried them away, and went on their way. So David and his men came to the city, and behold, it was burned with fire, and their wives and their sons and their daughters were taken captives. Then David and the people that were with him lifted up their voice and wept until they had no more power to weep. And David's two wives were taken captives, Ahinoam the Jezreelitess, and Abigail the wife of Nabal the Carmelite. And David was greatly distressed, for these people spake of stoning him, because the soul of all the people was grieved, every man for his sons and for his daughters. But David encouraged himself in Yahweh, his Elohim, his God. David said to Abiathar the priest, Ahimelech's son, I pray thee, bring me hither the ephod. And Abiathar brought thither the ephod to David. And David inquired at Yahweh, saying, Shall I pursue after this troop? Shall I overtake them? And he answered them, Pursue. But thou shalt surely overtake them, and without fail recover all. So David went, he and the 600 men that were with him, and came to Book JASHER, where those that were left behind stayed. But David pursued, he and 400 men, for 200 abode behind, which were so faint that they could not go over the brook JASHER. And they found an Egyptian in the field, and brought him to David, and gave him bread, and he did eat, and they made him drink water. And they gave him a piece of cake and of figs, and 2 clusters of raisins. And when he had eaten, his spirit came again to him, for he had eaten no bread nor drank any water 3 days and 3 nights. And David said unto him, To whom belongest thou, and whence art thou? And he said, I am a young man of Egypt, servant to an Amalekite, and my master left me because 3 days agone I fell sick. We made an invasion upon the south of the Cherethites, and upon the coast which belongeth to Judah, and upon the south of Caleb, and we burnt Ziklag with fire. And David said to him, Canst thou bring me down to this company? And he said, Swear unto me by God, that thou wilt neither kill me, nor deliver me into the hands of my master, and I will bring thee down to this company. And when he had brought him down, behold, they were spread abroad upon all the earth, eating and drinking and dancing, because of all the great spoil that they had taken out of the land of the Philistines, and out of the hand of Judah, out of the land of Judah. And David smote them from the twilight even unto the evening of the next day, and there escaped not a man of them, save 400 young men, which rode upon camels and fled. And David recovered all that the Amalekites had carried away, and David rescued his 2 wives. And there was nothing lacking to them, neither small nor great, neither sons nor daughters, neither spoil, nor anything that they had taken to them. David recovered all. And David took all the flocks and the herds, which they drave before those other cattle, and said, This is David's spoil. And David came to the 200 men, which were so faint they could not follow David, whom they had made also to abide at the brook Bersol. And they went forth to meet David, and to meet the people that were with him. And when David came to the people, he saluted them. Then answered all the wicked men and men of Belial, of whose of those that went with David, and said, because they went not with us, we will not give them aught of the spoil that we have recovered, save to every man his wife and his children, that they may lead them away and depart. Then said, ye shall not do so, my brethren, with that which the Lord Yahweh hath given us, who hath preserved us and delivered the company that came against us into our hand. For who will hearken unto you in this matter? But as his part is that which that as for who will hearken unto you in this matter? But as his part is that goeth down to the battle, so shall his part be that tarrieth by the stuff. They shall part alike. And it was so from that day forward, that he made it a statute and an ordinance for Israel unto this day. And when David came to Ziklag, he sent to the spoil unto the elders of Judah, even to his friends, saying, behold, a percent for you of the spoil of the enemies of Yahweh. To them which were in Bethel, and to them which were in South Ramoth, and to them which were in Jatir, and to them which were in Aor, and to them which were in Sitmoth, and to them which were in Eshtemoa, and to them which were in Rachat, and to them which were in the cities of Jerahmeelites, and to them which were in the cities of the Kenites, and to them which were in Horoth, and to them which were in Chorashan, and to them which were in Aktach, and to them which were in Hebron, and to all the places where David himself and his men were wont to haunt. That concludes 1 Samuel chapter 30. He asked God, and God said, go get him. Hallelujah. Thank you for viewing, for coming by. And David started a statute and an ordinance in Israel that those that stay behind with the stuff get a share of the spoil from their takings after going after the enemy and taking what the enemy had taken with him. So it was quite a new thing that David had established, and it made him quite popular with all those little cities that they got a bit of the spoil and they didn't even know it was going. But it was wisdom operating in David, because this gave the armies support of the people behind them from that day forward, for they knew that for they would be made richer by the work of the armies against their enemies. But it still gives you something to think about. Should it be so? But it was, because David said so. But should something like that be so today? What do you think? Leave a comment and let me know. Well, if you liked it, share it with someone. Now, if you do that, you might as well subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Join our wee tribe. We're just redeemed humans. White, black, green, purple, whatever color you may be, or whatever race you may be, you're a human. You're welcome. If you're not human, we'll talk about it. Till then, ta.